All right. Welcome everybody to the second match of the day for the Crosshair Invitational. This is your host, OneTrickToni, accompanied by Price here. How you doing today, Price?
I'm tired. I've been doing a shit ton of stuff today. Just played. It was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that this game here will be just as fun. Honestly, these are two great teams. The champions of last season, and we have Rizzards of Oz who just joined us, and they're putting in some work. So
Yeah, they're
I want
exploding
to
off
see
the
some
rip. I like it.
really.
Um, I'm very excited to see today's match. I feel like Rizzards is gonna give Meowing Cats a run for the money. I am not exactly sure who's gonna win this one, which is always exciting to think about when you watch games like this, because nobody likes to see a one-sided stomp. They want to see it as close as possible. They like seeing the teams fight to the teeth, And I
Yeah,
think it really is just gonna be really good today. So
it seems like teams have already banned the first suits, seeing as Sesano is now gone. Oh,
there's
apparently,
no vaccine.
production messed up. Okay.
We did a little oopsie. Is okay.
It's a
You
it
might just want
happened.
to put it on the Dom just preemptively, though. Not gonna lie to you. This is true. We do the no Dom, no hands here, the signature of the Meowing Cats.
Hmm.
But anything you're looking forward to today, guys?
Honestly, I really want to see how Meowing Cats is gonna do because I know Wizard of Oz has that is an incredible roster, and although we haven't played although Extended Warranty has not played against them, I can't say this for sure. They are one impressive team, and their game with Just for Fun, honestly, was a great show. So I
Indeed.
expect to see the same kind of gameplay here.
Same energy. I think we're gonna see that, especially with the way that gotta hear my own voice. I'm sorry. With the way that half of the Meowing Cats roster is actually team players from a different game, these guys already have that synergy on lockdown. So you're gonna see them just preemptively make moves around each other that it's just the familiarity you're gonna see that you would have on your own team and stuff like that, right? Like a team that has been put together for such a long time makes these moves not thought of, or that they don't say out loud, but they are thinking the same thing. Just being on the same wavelength, like a hive mind, it brings a cohesiveness that it's just really good to see out of a team.
Yeah, honestly, the best thing a team can have is synergy. Like, past the obvious, which is skill and understanding of the game. Good synergy can take you anywhere on it. And, like, so I'm excited to see these two teams go at it because I know that the Wizards of Oz have been playing for a decently long time now, and well, the Meowing Cats. Well, we all know them as either skill issues or whatever they might have been at one point. I'm really excited to see this go down.
Yeah, same. Um, I think right now, Rizzards and Meowing Cats could be. This is the chance for Rizzards to break the lead right now in the ranking standing, or Meowing Cats to catch up and hit with Incaten on the two wins with the other teams of like Burnsiders, Rizzards, and Warranty.
Mhm.
Um, just to keep up with the pacing and everything. Some teams have been really going strong this season, and it's been nice to see.
Yeah.
We have
Uh,
some picking bands
so
coming up.
let's go into the map bans. I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen because honestly, I'm not sure what to expect.
Any maps in particular you want to see?
You know me. You know me. As a member of Extended Warranty, I love seeing that Harbor City being played. But honestly, on the other side, I want to see some UCC. I want to see something different because we've been seeing the same maps over and over again. Like Missile Base, as much as everybody hates that map, I kind of want to see it being played. You know.
Mm-hmm. So
Um,
I think welcome to my world. You gave him the caster's curse. So Harbor City is gonna be banned off the rip, which is it's a little sad to see, but we're not gonna get any sniper action today. But that's fine.
yeah.
Wizards they like to play a little close quarters. They get a little hectic with it, and I think what's gonna happen is that we're gonna get a map that's actually favored towards that kind of playstyle. So maybe query or domination map, just something that really complements the ferocity that you get from using close range suits.
Yeah, so seeing as Harbor and Mizzle are gone, maybe we might go for a thermal here, and perhaps a colony. That's what I can see being played here. Maybe Canyon. Lunar Calm is gone. Ministry might go next. Yep.
Yeah. Depending on what your suits are running, you definitely do want to start leaning towards other maps, but it could also just come down to like, hey, I hate that map, guys. Can we just not play it? Because the
Yeah,
mood could also just really affect your gameplay. Like,
I
man,
think
I'm really just sitting on this map I hate. I'm gonna go 0-12, dog.
I
Not gonna
think
lie to
Meowing
you.
Cats are preemptively banning long range maps, is seeing that Rizzards have a really strong turn A player.
Yeah, Dizzy has been maining turn A for about as long as I can remember. I've seen this guy everywhere in the game. Ranked, casuals, you name it. He is out there just putting the good name on the turn A out there and just doing his best. But
Spreading the gospel of the turn A Gundam. But
exactly.
if they do ban all those close range maps, seeing as Canyon's gone now, we're seeing that trend of just banning the maps turn A gets a lot of value, and even if it's just at the last second. Um, I'm excited to see where this goes. I really expect a thermal to be played and colony. That I think that's what the teams are going for. Because if I was Meowing Cats, I already locked away Harbor City, I'd be making sure that that one player we don't want getting value is the one that doesn't get to play their suit,
Yeah.
right?
So as we are starting to get down the map bans, it is starting to look like a domination map might be pretty possible, considering all the maps that they're banning have pretty much been just straight 2CP and domination maps out of the rotation. Okay, but excluding Lunar Calm, but that still gives you the other two domination maps to play. Looks like the White Orb Gang is now going. Oh, sorry, the Meowing Cats are now going Colony Trading Post as their first map pick.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I expected in UCC being played by Rizzards. Pretty much what I expected. Hopefully, we see Thermal or Mountain being played as his third matchmaking
The game decider.
game decider.
Oh,
Thermal's gone,
Thermal's
and it's
gone.
down to Flak and Mountain. Hopefully, Rizzards make the right choice and go for Mountain, seeing as it is a fan favorite. This is the best map in the game. What did I say? Mountain R&D is our decider. And I'm really excited to see how this goes. Two teams playing very different suits are gonna pick very different maps. But
Well, and the way that they're going to play these maps are going to be drastically different because you have Mikazuki on the Meowing Cats that's just going to be able to get in there and disrupt for Lunars and other DPS players like Cool Cheese. When you have something that distracts everybody, all the enemies up front, it gives you so much just availability to just sit in there and just dish out damage. It helps you out so much.
Meowing taking attack, or was it no? Rizzard's taking defense on Colony and Meowing taking attack. That's a bit of a surprise, honestly. Mount R&D doesn't matter, but I'm really excited to see if Rizzards are gonna go ahead and just ban Ashimar right out of the box, because that Ash on Colony is really strong. And
Yeah.
I may
Um,
I know
oh,
this is probably gonna curse the chances of it happening, but I want to see a Mahiru. I love watching Mahiru gameplay. It is so chaotic. It is either spam or pure chaos. I want to see it happen.
Well, if you're looking for some Mahiru gameplay, look no further than Bonekel himself. That guy, a preacher of the Mahiru gang, not the leader like our glorious Lacrum, but still a believer nonetheless. He'll be able to just, especially on Colony Trading Post, that is definitely a good map you would see Mahiru on, considering it has like the hold on the relay bridge, or you can spam it down the main, and then the second choke itself, it's so disgusting, so funneled down for the Mahiru to just spam the grenades with ease and put out a lot of damage. That might
Yeah,
be the play of the game here today.
honestly, I'm excited to see where the bans go, because for all we know, they might have a sleeper ban here that we'd never expected. Honestly, as much as I love seeing the turn A gameplay, I hope that Wizards go for a different pick. Point B is really hard to Barb? Barb is our
Ben?
first ban?
Oh boy.
Okay. That's pretty much expected when you're playing against Meowing. Dealing with is Mika playing tonight?
Mika is playing, but not Barb for this map, unfortunately. Looks like he'll have to put something out of their sleeve. And normally, when you see a Barb ban, Mikazuki will flex to Z2R or even Unicorn, which aren't bad
Yeah.
picks for the team.
Those are great picks, huge damage, huge value. Either quick ults or just straight up with that unicorn, you can just live forever if you're playing your cards right.
Yeah, and the
I'm really
team,
excited to see what they're gonna do here. Waiting on Meowing to ban.
unfortunately, I
You
think I
guys,
know how these little memers are going to be, and they're going to go with the Dom ban. I'm going to be honest with you.
you think it's gonna
Keeping,
be the Dom ban?
I think it's going to be a
It,
Dom ban.
I don't know. Colony Dom is really strong. They might have to want to play that, but at the same time, it's more than likely that it's gonna be a Dom ban. Just seeing as how Meowing has banned recently.
They're
Hopefully they go for something better.
something. Oh, you honestly you can't go wrong with the Dom out of the way. As good as the
Yeah,
suit
yes, of
is,
course.
denying the other team from using it as well really puts a hurt on anybody who sits there and one tricks that suit or anything for these reasons. That's why these targeted bans come out. And
It's
yeah,
dumb.
it is a
It's
Dom,
dumb. It's dumb.
as we expected.
Trading an eye for an eye here, Rizzards and Meowing. Uh, I can't wait to see this game go down. See how these teams work around these bans. Seeing as
Just
Dom and Barb are now just unavailable. Two very strong picks on Colony. Not so much underground, but maybe, maybe just maybe, they'll let those characters off the rip on Mount
mayhem.
R&D if we go to point three.
Mayhap. I think both teams actually will. They do have the flexibility to run different suits. I've seen it before, and they have ran different suits to decent success. But granted, you're gonna miss them on their favorite famed suit, but they're still gonna put out damage nonetheless. They're still gonna put in work for the team. At the end of the day, the job's gonna get done.
Yeah, that's to be expected of these teams, seeing as they are honestly probably expected to do the best this season. Um, not can't say too much about the other teams. I'm really excited to see what goes down here as we see OG name was 2P on the turn A and RX Moon on the turn A. That's more or less what I expected, but at the same time, will we see a switch or will we see point A be played long enough to where we see both butterflies come out before they're kind of not great?
I think these two players honestly are going to be able to turn out enough damage to where we'll see at least one butterfly on the first point, and that's all we
Hopefully.
need really. And that's where you get the most value out of this suit is the first point. So if you believe in your ability to churn out damage, and with the way that turn A's ult was recently, not recently, but has been changed to where it comes out faster, you're going to potentially be able to see it on the first point. Second point, it's a little nasty. It's very condensed. You're sitting in that little building, and even on the bomb sites of the second point, it's just super hard to get value on that ult with the big old ship in the way.
Yeah, of
But
course, I've been to the problem many times, but I'm excited to see what will happen, or even if Meowing Cats will allow Rizzards to get past point A. I hope they can get a really strong hold here, as seeing as they have a really strong setup with their suits.
yes, it looks like we're going to be doing a little bit of a split. Some teams looking towards a relay, other teams honestly trying to hold down that main bomb site. Keeping eyes on the objective is important.
Yeah, seeing as it seems like the team has a 4-2 split on the side of Rizzards. And they're slowly pushing up here. Meanwhile, just the Cats get huge picks right away, and hopefully they can isolate the important players like Fire Spike here, who's just gonna melt that shield down.
Yeah, it
And
looks like Meowing Cats are doing a good job of working one by one, not getting all the picks immediately, but just slowly but surely winning out these little fights. Not even little fights, it's all one big group fight. And they have managed to
Arxmoon
take the high
coming up
ground.
with a huge turn of the A right there, making sure that they cannot contest the plant. And just like that,
Man,
Meowing take the first plant. Let's see how they hold this, because these are two huge and strong teams coming up against each other.
yeah, Meowing Cats has a really good hold on the A bomb site right now, but the Rizzards are moving in very cohesively towards the blink. They shield in and push on, immediately burning the shield down on the Sosby. It's gotta now get out of there and grab health. He's gonna be out of the fight for a second.
Teams are playing this a little bit slow, seeing as right now, Rizzards just takes two. They played that perfectly, getting the health down just enough to where they didn't have to push in too hard.
Yeah, the Rizzards did a really good job of doing this slowly but surely. The team moving as one cohesive unit, just taking space and doing what the Meowing Cats did to them. Just knocking suits out one at a time while still holding most of their suits themselves up on their team. And it was just a very cohesive play.
With that
Both
one
teams
push,
really good right now.
one push is all that they needed to truly get themselves, get their ult economy up and matching themselves with the Rizzards here. Hopefully, we see either Dizzy or RX Moon get a tornado here, since they are doing incredible damage, making sure that they have everything necessary. With the Hades coming out here, just getting in damage, but it seems like the team is too spread out. And
Lunars just needs to focus on one target at a time and get out of this bomb. No, he falls victim to the very wide range of that bomb.
he either had to stay there or die, but it seems like that was the only option to die there.
He definitely tried to escape, but it was just a little too late. The bomb just landed right at his feet, and instead of shooting at it, he decided to dip, which I don't blame him because he couldn't see the bomb at first. Now, the Meowing Cats are holding on to the relay as much as they can. Rizzards looking to try to take it if they can, but deciding to back off and just hold the bomb, which is the smarter play anyways.
Seems like Rizzards have their tornado right away. RX Moon is soon to get it. They're probably going to both save it for a plant or defuse situation.
Orbit getting the flank in and disabling the Pale Rider out of the fight early.
Big pick for the team here. Axe goes out, gets no one. Immediately trades Mika. OG goes down, and they get a res. I think there's going to be another plant for the Meowing Cats here. Hopefully, they're able to stick it and hold it all the way through.
Yes, this is plant number 2, but they're opting for the B side this time, so still managing to hold the A site, which is very good because you'll have the grace to look at anybody that disables onto B site. You'll just have to watch out for the Hyperion if he bubbles, because you'll have to burn through that shield and then burn through them to get the fuse.
The perfect situation for RX to have that butterfly, but seeing as that hype is there and just takes two with an ult, but RX comes out with an ult as well. Hopefully that's enough to get them to just leave him alone, but he gets shot out of the sky.
The counter ult from RX Moon taking out 2 picks is gonna leave the Rizzards very distraught out right now. They're just looking to grab any picks that they can. 5 seconds left to defuse that bomb. Are they gonna be able to take it?
Seems like OG just planned this out, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, the axe coming out from Big Richard just stopping the Planter in their tracks, despite there being three members from the Rizzards teams looking at the Sotheby.
Flashing goes down, staggering their team a little bit more.
Yeah, there is no one from the Rizzards to stop this push on the choke, but two immediately on the box.
We make it there, take Luna, and it seems like the rest of the team is still fighting over on main.
Yeah, the fight's very ugly, very spread out, but Cobalta getting a huge slash and disabling 2 or 3 suits from there. It's hard to see from the shadows, but it looks like the damage was done just enough so that the suits could get picked out of the fight.
Yeah. Honestly, though, it's so far it's been a pretty close fight. Only a minute 40 left. Hopefully, the Meowing Cats can do something with this, as they're just poking here, as both teams are just waiting for the opportunity to go in. Orbit and Mika just waiting. They have to be patient, but
yeah,
they can't be too patient.
Yeah, the choke's in a very nasty spot to be stuck in, really, because this is where a lot of games end up, is at this choke, not even getting to the bomb, and it's a very sad sight to see.
Luna fire pop ults, but it seems like so far they've gotten no one. That bubble is huge, but Cobalt just takes them out, and OG just finishes those kills. But I'm starting to doubt whether or not the Cats will be able to make this happen. RX Moon gets a flip, but he's alone, so it doesn't matter.
Very stalwart defense from the Rizzards, opting to go with the heavy arms to push out the big damage that will keep the Meowing Cats at bay. And it seems to be working so far. They're opting for another push, getting ready for it right now, but they don't have any ults to pop, so it's gonna have to be a dry run.
So far, it seems that ult economy is pretty close. Speak of having an ult ready, and we see funnels are ready as well, and they get popped. Hopefully, this is what they need to get the point and push into the site and clean that stuff up. RX Moon flips that, and that might be it.
It's very spread out right now. Looking like the Meowing Cats finally got the relay at the last 10 seconds, getting the plants on B. Oh, the Hyper Hammock coming, just missing the turn A. Now leaving it for 4 members from the Rizzards. That's going to be a diffuse, honestly. There's
Oh,
just
nice
too
try.
much to get through.
Honestly, I was expecting RX to even just get the slight chance of flipping that, like the legendary K-pop band Luna once said. Just flip that.
As much as it would be a beautiful sight to see the turn A flip the diffuser. There's just too many people on that bomb. Somebody would, if it was played well, you know, cohesively enough, somebody would have came in and took that flip for them so the diffuse could stay going.
Thankfully, that didn't even have to happen because the Rizzards just beamed down RX Moon before he could get close enough.
Of course, and that's what we were saying earlier. That problem with turn A is just having a little bit of a struggle fight on the second point. It's a little harder to get value out of the suit simply because they're in a building.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really like uphill battle. Honestly, I was expecting one of the two players to switch to Marasai or something that's even stronger in these close quarters. And seeing as Cats have a melee suit, it wouldn't melee and a flanker on top of that. It would make sense for Rizzards, which is what they gone for. That Marasai pick is gonna just let them go into the site a lot easier. It's gonna allow them to be safer during pushes and defensive operations.
Yeah. Let's look at the damage charts now. It looks like Cardis actually put in a lot of work with that heavy arms, dishing out 24k damage and fire spike as well. Both of them just sitting there in the back, beaming the enemy opposition. With the Meowing Cats, Lunar is trying his best to keep up in the damage, but only behind by 3,000. The rest of the team need to keep up if they're gonna meet the aggression of the Rizzards. Damage alone.
Firebomb goes out, but it seems like the team is mostly healthy due to just the strength of a healing pod from Pale Rider, and they quickly take point. Cats is quick to fall back. Thankfully, they don't lose anyone, but will they be able to hold this off?
It looks like they might, at least for a little bit longer than the Rizzards can potentially last round, because they were so split. Once the push actually came in, they were just getting picked off one by one. But Meowing Cats opting to go for the safer route, but still Mikazuki getting picked off by Cobaltic. And then Cobaltic running away, coming back in and out, just trying to dish any damage as safe as possible, waiting for his team to push in themselves.
Huge comes in, takes up Castian with that firebomb as well.
Yeah, Big Richard over there looking at 4 suits, none of them answering to him just yet, but he manages to get a pick and then dive into safety. Just one by one, he's just dropping the suits. Fighting.
OG gets that huge turn, just as he should. But there's too many. The Meowing are really quick to get back onto the point and just get all the damage they need to keep the other team at bay. It's firebomb after bomb after everything else. I'm curious to see what the Rizzard's gonna do here with so much area denial.
I believe they're just waiting. Big Richard coming in for the flank side. They're just trying to get any pick that they can, but
They
the
get
Meowing Cats
slipped.
they're just dipping in and out of sight, taking turns fighting the Rizzards one by one, and it's kind of starting to work a little bit because it's just enough distraction. But it's too split, so now the Rizzards actually get the plant on A site.
Yeah, if only If only Big Richard could have stayed on that box. Honestly, that presence just of having a Sazabi there is terrifying enough to stop a push.
Yeah,
But
the team would
hope
have had to push through the Sosby just to get through and fight the other 5 members of the team. But by then, the damage would already been done. But it's too late. The bomb's coming out for Richard, or from Castion, and not
Napalm
getting
gets
to
destroyed.
blow up, unfortunately.
Yeah. We see here as Hades comes out, gets one. Hopefully that's enough to get the advantage. But they trade out, so far Cats have an advantage, but it's only so long before Rizzards traded out, and it seems like they've secured the point. I don't think they're going to be able to come back from this. Luna's just too low health, and there's 2 seconds left. What can you do?
Well, absolutely nothing. What you're going to want to do here is back up on the choke and potentially hold it the same way that the Rizzards did on this part. All that the Rizzards have to do on attack now is just break past and at least get a 25%. That's all you're really looking for, and that's only 15 seconds on the bomb, so it's going to be very dependent on the Meowing Cats to hold this choke as much as possible. At least stall a minute or two away from the Rizzards.
Hypercamera comes in, just takes one, and with that they're able to push in, but hopefully the Cats are able to hold it off. RX Moon has an ult here, but so does OG. Will we see something happen, or will he flips OG? RX flips OG as he's asserting dominance, but it seems like the team play is just on the side of Rizzards here. And I'm starting to think, or not just think, but maybe this is a round set for Rizzards, but I could be wrong.
You potentially might be. Don't count the Meowing Cats out just yet. They still have to plant the bomb, and they haven't gotten their hands on it just yet. But they're looking very hard towards that B side. And it's just a nasty brawl down there right now with Meal holding the front. Cobalt getting the huge axe on 2 of the players, and it's potentially a plant here. Sazabi could not get in and axe the planter. And now it's just going to be a Hyperion ult coming out from Meal, skewering no one, unfortunately, and Meowing Cats are potentially going to be able to get the defuse off here. That's a... Both turn 8 ults are coming out, but they get the defuse. I'm telling you right there, Dizzy managing to get 2 or 3 picks.
3 huge picks.
That ship in the wave just really stopped them from being able to stop the diffusers from doing their job of what they needed to do. They're gonna try for another plant here.
Heliacum here picks up those kills, makes sure that these pesky flankers and damage players can't just stay around. Ultra Cardis pops ult and gets Orbit low, and sadly enough for Orbit, they can't get a kill to stay alive. That's round 1.
That's gonna be it right there. It's a hard hold for the Meowing Cats. With only 15 seconds on the clock, you need to kill the team quick and do something desperate to start that diffuse. But one wrong mistake, and that could spell it right there, like we saw.
Fire Spike
Nice
with the MVP.
Yeah. Playing his heart out. Card is following up with a decent amount of damage right there. That's insane.
Honestly, I'm starting to believe more teams should start embracing the 7 stars philosophy and just ban Pale Rider so we can see more MVPs. I want to see turn A MVP. I want to see a Dom MVP, you know?
You know, that's up to the suits. They can definitely outplay a Pale Rider. It's a little difficult because that suit does put out a lot of damage, but you play your cards right and you just absolutely just carry. You'll see that MVP. Honestly, it should just go to the most worthy, not just because you play a suit.
I agree with that. Now, first map went there and it was pretty close, but Rizzards just played it smarter, it feels. And I'm excited to see what Meowing Cats will be doing in this upcoming map in UCC. Hopefully they take some notes on their last map, seeing as generally speaking, RX was a little bit ahead of Dizzy on ult charge, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue, seeing as Rizzards had the overall higher damage.
Yeah, Dizzy or Moon might have met the conditions. They hit the ult first, but at the end of the round, we saw Dizzy just slightly edge him out with 2,000 more damage on their side. Both turn A's actually doing a tremendous amount of effort for their team, but it comes up to just overall who plays the better team. You know, it's not just the turn A's playing this game. It's the rest. You know, it's all six of them
Yeah,
cohesively
honestly, the
putting damage out.
coordination from Rizzards and the damage output was just a lot. And even in between rounds, we were able to see Rizzards had a huge there was a huge gap in between the damage of Rizzards and Meowing. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna make up for that in this next round. Hopefully, we see the game becoming a little bit more even. I want to see Meowing win this so we get a map 3, but I'm curious, will it even happen? UCC is a very hard map, and we've had some of our closest games on there, so
Yeah,
I'm
and it looks
excited.
like the Rizzards are going to be swapping out their turn A player for Garmazabi, a very potential Ash player, which is what you want to see on a UCC. You know, for them to fly in the air, hold that choke as long as possible, just firebombing the relay or any push that they potentially can get in, and
Yeah,
that's as much value as you need to see out of an Ash. The rest of the team needs to follow up and just kill any suits that they see that are like half health or low. Meanwhile, the Ash just still plays helicopter and shoots out and tries to distract as much as possible and go and just drop down right before they die.
yeah. Now that begs the question for me: will Rizzards ban the Ash? Oh no, I'm sorry. Will Meowing ban the Ash? Seeing as Dom is kind of weak at this first waypoint, but at the end of the day, Dom after that waypoint becomes so strong to the point where it's a no-brainer to just play him at that point.
Also, it's going to be looking like another sub in from the Meowing Cats as well. They're trading in Pikapo. No, they're trading in Bonekel for Pikapo. And Bonekel might bring the options of having another shield so that Big Cool Cheese can play another DPS suit, because that might be just what the Meowing Cats need.
Hopefully it is. I'm really excited to see how these roster changes will affect the game and what kind of rosters we'll see here. I expect to see at least a sniper or two, or maybe a sniper ban, seeing as I want to see Mikazuki on the Barb. But
Unfortunately, you're going to be let down a little bit again, because we're going to see another ban for the Dom Trooper coming out from the Meowing Cats. And on the Rizzard side, you're going to be seeing a Barb ban. They're just not, they're like,
they,
hey, these bans are what we want to go with. We don't want to see these suits. We're going to keep them out of the game. And we want to
today,
play something special, really. We don't want to rely on that Dom Trooper for all the armor and the big ult. We don't want to rely on the Barb. Or we don't want to see the Barb stun anybody. It just
yeah. It seems like
targeted
today
bans.
has been a very anti-Barb day, seeing as Keku wasn't even being allowed to play Barb yesterday. Not yesterday. An hour or so ago, and now Mika can't. So I'm I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. Hopefully Mika will pick up the Z2R again or a different melee suit, and Rizzards will be able to adjust accordingly as as they did the last game, and maybe just maybe we'll see Mahir.
I think on this map you might be a little disappointed. Mahiru, while being a very good stalling suit that helps on those defenses, it would have been more potential to see him on Colony than it would be here for Underground. Underground is just way too spread out to get as much value out of the Mahiru as you would have saw on the previous map. You're going to want to go with other suits that can rotate to different positions very well and just not be as reliable on other suits to stay alive like the Mahiru would. Yeah, he has the kick, but as soon as he's wasted that and he's throwing his stuns out, he doesn't really have much else in the form of defense. That dude is just on the run with a little 800, 900 HP, and it's easy to burn down that suit and just move on to the next.
Mika hovering over the band van suit. It seems like they're a little
Just
sad.
please, just
Which
a crumb of Bob. Not
just
today. Not.
and we see more or less what we would expect from these two teams. I'm surprised that Meowing hasn't gone for a sniper or Rizzards, but seeing as they have the OG Gundam in play, it's more than likely that that's going to make up for the lack of range Meowing's roster. Not only to add on, they got that Pale Raider, which
Yeah. Rizzards are opting to just dish out a shit ton of damage, a lot of damage. I'm very sorry. From the three suits, the Pale Rider, the Gundam, and the heavy arms, just mowing down anybody in sight with Mew at the front with the Hyperion shield, which is gonna do a lot for the team if both shields are managed correctly on that suit. And Cobaltic is just gonna go in there, clean up anything at half health or low, which is gonna be very possible because again, there's just three suits on the Rizzards side that's just gonna mow everything down. Lunar, and then on the Meowing Cat side, you're gonna see instead of a Barb, you're gonna see a Z2M and RX Moon on the shield suit, which is very surprising to see. Meowing Cat's opting for the double melee. Hopefully, this will be what they need. A very hard counter to the suits that do dish out a lot of damage because they'll be in their face.
yeah, hopefully they this is played perfectly. Mikazuki already on their way to point. Garma throwing a firebomb, really just disrupting that push, making
That's
them
a
have
very
to
huge
think about
molly.
it. That hammer just forces them to push, just go back. Rizzard is already off to a great start. Maybe, hopefully, the Meowing Cats can respond properly and uh, just accordingly as Luna goes down. Seems like they're
think-
backing off to spawn.
Yeah, they're gonna want to back out. They save the four suits they have and reset as fast as possible, which is a very good, just a very good move by them. You don't want to lose the entire team and have to wait so much time for the reset. Instead, you're only losing two suits. Just back out, try it again. Not a bad idea.
Karma taking a lot of damage, having to fall off. Same thing with Cobalt. Karma goes down, and a series of trades. Both teams are even, but it seems like Meowing Cats are coming up top.
Yeah, it's a
Cobalt goes down.
bloody fight, but it's just enough for the Meowing Cats to take that relay and push forward. Fire Spike trying to get the aggression, looking for any suits caught out, and just go for the plant.
Meowing going through great. Fire forgets about the great not being able to be.
Yeah, trying to throw a little bomb through the grate thinking it flies through like the bullets, but unfortunately, it only works for bullets, my friend. I'm sorry. It's gonna block a grenade there.
It seems like Meowing Cats and Rizzards are even so far. Ult economy looks in the favor of Meowing a little bit. Hopefully, that proves to be true as an axe comes through and just picks up Mealy. Bonko just going crazy here with that rage.
Just destroying, not even raged up, just getting in there and slicing suits up left and right. This is where the Z2M pick is gonna shine. It's a little rough on the relay, but once you get inside, the close quarter shoots are going to shine. Like the Z2R, both Z2Rs from both teams, and the Sazabi, because they have so much room, so much cover to get into their potential damage ranges.
Oh my god, this
Bonko,
is a total different story from last time. And just like that, Meowing Cats get the first point.
Yeah, they're doing actually a very good job. They're playing the double melee into this full damage comp. And again, it's just one of those rock, paper, scissors scenario where, yes, you can put out a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter because these suits want to rush you down anyways.
So far, it seems like Ultra Cardis have been having a hard time just existing due to not only the Z2M, but just the pressure from Orbit and Bone Kill as well.
Big Richard barely making it out with their life, throwing that bomb, trying to give space for their team, and I think it does.
Punch goes out, and they just turn the tides like that. All it takes is a punch, a Molly, and a Hades, but it feels like that Hades was a little bit unnecessary, seeing as the team was already grouped up, and
somehow Big Richard slipped through the entire fight, through all the teams, all the chaos, and just managed to get a plant off. Is he going to stop it? No, he does not care. He just wants to pull people away from the relay, try to get those picks. Looking to take down anybody he can, just waste time on the A-site bomb. Ultra Cardis going out with a huge triple kill on the heavy arms ult. That's a relay take from the Rizzards. They take it back, and they're leaving Big Richard still alone to fight anybody. That's huge headshots right there coming out.
Big Richard just living in their spot in their base. It's like uncontested, but it seems like this might be the end of his little journey here. Due to, and he just got cleaned up. But
Yeah.
that gives the Meowing Cats enough time to just take the waypoint. Hopefully this is what they need to get onto site and properly capture this point.
Yeah, it looks like Neil is in position with the Hyperion, trying to look for enough decent amount of people. He's looking for that ult. You can see it right there, just getting slightly over aggressive. But it doesn't matter because Bonekell's taking advantage of that. One person out of position and just going up into the high ground and slashing on the enemy team. Getting 2 or 3 picks and just disrupting enough people to get that free pick on the bomb. Now the Rizzards are going to go down one by one because they've tried to fight this plant with just half their team gone. Meal again still waiting for the team to use that ult, waiting for a big grouping, but there's going to be a little bit of a stagger fest right now until those other suits are respawned.
Seeing at the current ult economy, it seems like if the Meowing Cats play their cards right, they can win this just with those 2 ults. Seeing as Rizzards are close to getting game-changing ults, and one ult goes out, doesn't really get anyone, but it denies so much space, it's just worth it.
Yeah, you're looking at 3 ults from the Rizzard side. Meanwhile, the Meowing Cats only have a Hades. If played right, you can get enough value out of that Hades to stop a good push, but we need to see that happen right now.
Two ults are burned, only one of them gets a pick. And you just see the res going into Bone Kill. It seems like that's round 1 for Meowing Cats. That's near perfect example of how this map should be played and into this damage comp. Honestly, I'm glad to see this happen. Meowing Cats showing what they can do after messing up a little bit on that first round.
Yeah, like we said before, all it takes is one really good Hades ult to stop a big push like that, and that's exactly what they did right there. 2 ults came out, nothing came out of it, but enough damage was dished out from Lunars on the Pale Rider to stop any potential threats on the bomb site and securing the second site bomb.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what composition we'll see this time. Seeing as although they're gonna have to, Wizards gonna have to rethink their strategy, and they're going for that Marasai, a smart pick. I only wish they did it sooner because the amount of harassment that they were receiving due to that insane gameplay from Mika, Bonekill, and Orbit would have helped so much if they had that just a little bit earlier.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't very bad for the Rizzards to run the Hyperion, but they're gonna swap it over to Carter, so now that he get to play it, we're gonna see instead of the heavy arms, we're gonna see the potential like the quick picks from the Marsai. You just need to land 1 hook, bring it into your team, and that's a quick pick, especially into the double melee comp. That's what you want to see of a pick come out.
Yeah, and looking at the damage here, it seems like Wizards have overall have gotten more damage, but in terms of kills, it's much more stacked towards the cat side. And as we see those stats come in, we're gonna watch these teams fight it out.
Yeah, you're looking at there's a lot of damage that came out from the previous match from the Rizzard side, but it doesn't matter because Meowing Cats were looking just for those quick picks. They're not putting out damage; they just want to get the kill, and that's all that matters most of the time.
Lunar taking a lot of damage here, having to back up. RX as well. Meowing is gonna have to be a little bit more careful with how they play this here, seeing as although they get a pick, but Garma instantly trades it. Orbit getting a lot of kills, building up that armor, but it doesn't matter, seeing as though although the Rizzards are just gone together and made up for it, but it seems.
Yeah, the fights are ugly, but it looks like the Meowing Cats are actually going to win this first fight out. It started to get really spread. Some of the fight actually taking place towards the A site bomb, but Meowing Cats isolated the targets and just started to work one by one, and they're just slowly holding this relay as much as possible. It's still looking pretty ugly right now with Moon getting burned out by the Molly from Garmazabi, and that's all it takes right there to get the relay. With the respawns, the way they are right now, it looks like the Meowing Cats are in position already to hold down the bomb sites, which is going to be nice. It's going to stall the Rizzards from getting a quick plant and delaying potentially like 30 seconds to a minute off the timer.
Mika goes down right away from Castian. Hopefully, Cats are able to make up for it, but it seems like just Orbit goes down as well. No ults haven't popped just yet. RX comes down. Garma gets traded out for him. Hopefully, Bone Kill can do enough to just keep them off the bombs for now. But they plant up top, and Big Richard goes down.
Yeah, it's very hard to stop a double plant. As one suit, you know, you hear the first one, that's what you go for, but then, you know, that comes out defeated. Oh, snap, there's another plant sign, there's someone on my bomb. It's a double. And it's very easy to get baited into that, especially from cohesive teams when they have enough of an advantage. RX Moon is trying to put out as much damage as they can onto this ramp right now, leaving a lot of suits at one. Mikazuki, or not Mikazuki, Cobalt missing that ult
totally
on the
missing that
Sasuke.
Axe range. Axe comes in. A question was asked, but it wasn't answered. Thankfully, though, RX Moon is able to clean that up, and they get the res and the defuse. And hopefully, they can stop this push.
They've stopped the plant altogether, yes. Moon honestly just put out so much damage, managing to live through by dodging the axe and just putting out axes and just fully pumping a lot of suits down to one and doing what they need for the team to secure that defuse. And now Wizards are going to have to try again while slowly getting pushed back to their relay. But it doesn't matter because Meal hitting that wonderful hook around the corner, just defying odds and pulling the Sasuke to them, leaving the Meowing Cats down with a very crucial suit to stop these plants or pushes.
Rizzards having so many ults here, so many options. I'm really excited to see where this goes. Will a punch come through and just clean the whole team, or will Garma die too quickly? Thankfully, they're able to get out, but not before being killed by RX Moon. Orbit making quick work of Castian and Cobalt, but Fire just answers to that, and so does Melee here with him. Pad goes down. Fighting for it. Comes off.
Yeah, you're looking right now, again, it was another successful plant from the Rizzards, but with the way that you have to run into a double melee, it's very hard to keep your suits on that bomb site, and a big punch coming out from Gummerzabe to stop the Sazabi. But is it enough to get the plants off on either site? It doesn't matter. They need to do something. The 20 seconds left on the clock. That, I don't know what I just saw there. It looks like the Zaku ult did damage, but didn't stop the plant. I swear this suit just has a very useless ult.
Thankfully, though, the Cracker is able to finish it. Just blowing up into shards and just getting stuck in all those machinery bits.
Yeah, Wizards kind of keeping an eye on the bomb. They have one suits, but they're kind of just on the back foot right now, trying to just get everybody together. But actually, no, you see two suits there in the secret spot in the background. Actually,
Beyblade gets stopped by a hook there, called up by really quick Hades. I think maybe this is what Rizzards have needed this entire time. Maybe this is them making sure that they will win this 2-0. I don't know. Seeing as although Majestic Meowing Cats have gotten this as well, I'm surprised to see where this will go. Mikazuki gets down. It seems like they're just pushing in, making sure that they don't have any space here. Will we see any more picks come through? But it just seems like Meowing is able to get out safely. But Richard gets picked up. RX Moon gets a pick on melee, and teams are back to
back to the second choke. Yes, this is again, this is kind of like those situations like you saw in Pony, where a good hold on the choke can delay a lot of time, or even just outright stop the team from getting onto the second bomb site. But that's not going to be the case with the Rizzards. With the aggression that they're working at right now, they take that relay no problem, and it's a very ugly situation for the Meowing Cats because they're going to be left to hold the bomb sites already, and that's so much harder to do than holding the relay alone, because you have to split the team so hard between two sites.
Orbit goes down, but Luna and Bone Kill quickly answer, putting the fight in their favor. But Cobalt just rectifies that. So does Garma. Will we see a plant go down here and just happen? It seems like that is the case. But Mikai sacrificing himself for the good of his country, and it seems like Bonekill is just able to clean that up. Mikai coming in with a pick, but I don't think he's going to be able to stop the plan as he gets quickly picked out.
Yeah, it looks like Rizzards are gonna have to try that again. Their fights were just a little bit too spread out. The Ash Punch actually not managing to hit anybody and stop the, start a stagger fest going on. That is not what we're gonna see here. Cashin actually looking a little low, worse for wear right now. The Rizzards actually kind of a little hurt. Just running into a Z2M like that, it's just not a pretty sight to see. And he's just chopping him up as they come around the corner. Bonekill just putting in the work with that damage, just unrelenting on their heels. And they have to back for the relay. 40 seconds left on the clock, and some desperate plays are gonna have to be made from the Rizzards right now. They have a Marsite ult in hand, and a Hyperion ult coming from Cardis. Is this gonna be enough to deter the Meowing Cats from even stopping their defuse? A big ult coming out from... Oh, they grabs the suit, but because it's in stance, it doesn't take any damage, but it does get pulled with it. Bonekill just trying to... Oh, getting stopped by the Marsite hook right there. And that's actually going to be it for the Rizzards. Them getting put down. 2 suits left on the field, but it's not going to be enough to do anything. They can't even make it to the bomb in time, but even if they do, they're going to get stopped by Orbit.
Meowing Cats made such a good job coming back there. That's a victory for them, putting us 1-1, going to map 3 on Mountain R&D. Am I correct? I think. Okay, I am correct. Great. I'm really excited to see how this will go, seeing as they're going on the best map in the game, and this is where teams truly either make it or break it.
Yes, I'm afraid I forgot what the map 3 is. Do you
Mountain
remember? Mountain
R&D.
R&D? All right, we're going to get down to a nice and beautiful throwdown for our final map, which is honestly, I couldn't ask for a better set. Really, taking it to game 3, both teams showing that, this isn't going to be a one-sided stomp. We have maps where we play better and suit comps that we just know how to run, to a decent amount of success. Like I said before, it's kind of that rock paper situation where you have a lot of damage that's able to be put out from the Rizzard side, but because it's met by double melee, which don't care about damage, you care about stun, CC, and kills, that's what managed to win them out on the UTC. Potentially, you run the same comp like that again, and if Rizzards don't change up their strategy, it may look like a very hard uphill battle for them to fight on for Mountain R&D, considering that double melee, it's just what you want to see. It's the hectic energy they bring to the table.
Yeah, and
here's those maps.
Sadly, it wasn't the Mars I picked wasn't enough for Rizzards here, and at the end, and it seems like they're going for the same bans, no Barb and no Dom for this game. It seems. Oh, never mind. It has not been updated yet. I apologize. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same thing. But maybe, just maybe, Rizzards will decide to go with the Z2M ban, seeing as that's been causing a lot of trouble here today, and just hopefully we see some more turn 8 gameplay here.
The good thing about Bonekill though is that even though if you ban the Z2M, he has a couple other different suits he can play to decent effectiveness, and even if that isn't what you want to see from the Meowing Cat side, they also have the ability to just swap out and find another player in their roster, which is what you can do. You play around those bans as effectively as possible. But I don't think that's the case. Both teams are opting to keep the same squad in. This is what you want to run. This is how they want to do it. Honestly, I think Meowing Cats are going to just triple down and go with another Dom ban, if I'm going to be honest with you. But from the Rizzard side, yeah, any ban is up for interpretation, but I think they're just going to stick it with the Barb.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Hopefully we see a little bit of different decision making from the teams here. Seeing as although we might have roster swaps, I'm not sure yet. Probably not, seeing as Meowing just showed us a really, really good show of power here. And maybe, just maybe, they'll take this game clean. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's okay. Mountain R&D as the last map, it's just gonna put both these players to the test. There's no map favoritism towards the defender or attacker, because again, there's no defender or attacker or even what side you spawn on, because it's just straight up an equal map from both sides you spawn in from. Really, it's just up to the teams to bring it down to their raw skill. That's really going to edge it out for them and get the win. But this isn't going to be an easy 2-0 from either side. You're going to be potentially, we're going to be seeing, a round 3 where it might just come down to the overtime of the last map, because these teams have actually been very decently matched, very evenly matched, I should say. It's just maybe the damage numbers aren't the same, but the picks, the space that's getting taken, the presence that's being demanded from both teams it's just exciting, and it's very close to watch.
Yeah, honestly, both Gundam players on both sides are really impressive to me so far. And
Yeah.
it seems like bands are the same. Who would have thought? You know, these teams love to be creative with their bands sometimes, you know.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see how this match will go. Which team will run on top? Which Pale is better? Which Gundam is better? Which turn A maybe is better? I'm excited to see how this is going to go down, as Mountain R&D is a fan favorite, and these teams are both very strong.
Yeah. Now we're just waiting to get into the lobby. We're waiting to just these teams are both just howling. They're just drooling at the teeth to get this match started, and we're gonna potentially see that energy come out in the last match. Again, this is winner takes all in the third round of the set. Mountain R&D.
Honestly, I'm falling off my chair right now. I'm too excited to see how this is going to happen, because honestly, two giants clashing here at the most even playing field you can ask for in Gundam Evolution's endless stream of just awkward maps.
I wouldn't call it awkward. I would say there is a little bit of some hectic spots to be in, but with the way that it's
Uh,
all set
I,
up.
I'm talking that saying that R&D is like the most balanced map.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited. It seems like Ultra Cardis is back on that heavy arms. Cassian and Big Richard sticking to the Gundam, but it seems like we're not going to see um, a turn A from the side of Meowing Cats. Hopefully that doesn't break the game
No,
here and
no,
just
you are. Meowing Cats are on the red side this time, so Moon,
oh
yeah, Moon on the turn A is exactly what you're going to see. Playing this suit to their strengths on the A and C side, it's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation to put them and get any value if they ult on B, but maybe they could just save it, use it for the other two parts. Hopefully, it goes in their favor, and they actually just do get a lot of A and C side.
with the game starting at on B, it seems like Rizzards is going to have that slight edge, which gives them the first pick of the game. Mikazuki coming up quickly with a pick, Richard with the res, and so far it seems like the game's even. Bone Kill gets traded out. Hopefully this doesn't end too soon. Cobalt gets killed, and maybe this is what sets the game apart.
It's
Ultra
hard to say
Cardist.
right now because neither suit really has an advantage on the other. Slowly but surely, the Rizzards are actually moving in as a group, which is nice, but you have to be careful for the double melee coming out. And Bonekill actually trying to come in from the sidelines, but it doesn't matter because the rest of the Meowing Cats get picked off, and that leaves B site to the Rizzards right now.
30 seconds left here. A lot could be done. I think the team's just going to wait for a full reset and push in together. Big Richard coming up with his ult soon, comparably to Cashin, which is only 33% there. Hopefully we see an early ult here from the Gundam. Lunar coming in with some pressure from the top, only to switch positions.
Yeah, he's trying to drop down lower just so he can peer into the site a little more without falling in fully, until finally just committing to the bit and just dropping down, getting the pick on the Zaku range, but he's gonna get hounded down by the Ashimar Garmazabi. It is a very ugly and very spread out battle, but it looks like the Rizzards actually won out that fight 32% to 10, potentially having the advantage here, getting more suits on the uphill than the Meowing Cats are gonna have right now. Bonekill at 1 HP with a little bit of rage, but just barely making it out alive thanks to all the armor that the rage provides. Not getting any damage, but survivability is the name of the game with that suit.
RX, trades are just coming in and out from both teams, making me want to have a burger here from the famous In-N-Out burger. But it seems like so far, it just seems like the Cats are just cleaning up here fast enough. Bonekill makes it out barely. Thankfully to his rage though, he's able to contest for a little bit longer, and Bonekill is just making a difference here. RX Moon holding up by himself up top. Hopefully he doesn't just get bullied off there, but it seems like he will.
Yeah, it's so, like we said before, it's so hard to push into that suit. You know, the Rizzards are definitely respecting the presence it demands, and honestly giving the point to the Meowing Cats in favor. Lunar's doing just so much damage, but getting stopped by the heavy arms. And then
Ricardas.
The ult coming out from Mikazuki being met. Both teams are just dishing out punches left and right, but it looks like the point is honestly gonna end up going to the Meowing Cats, leaving them an advantage on the point scale. But will they reset and put their suits on the high ground and get that advantage early on?
Honestly, I'm starting to wonder which team has had more G Fuel tonight.
Yeah.
Because it seems this game just goes back and forth and back and forth. Both teams doing an incredible job here as the trade behind trade, and 1 second you think it's going to be even, but they switch it out with a punch here or res here.
From Garmazabi coming out, taking 2 suits out of the fight quick. But it doesn't matter because they're going to pick the Garmazabi. Nobody's going to finish off that suit, and they're going to put that suit back into battle. The Rizzards are a little staggered right now, which is not what you want to see. Just dropping 2 or 3 suits on the point at any given time. But Bonekill is going to meet him with aggression.
RX Moon on that high ground, uncontested, seemingly taking no damage. And we see a cross map molly from Richard getting one. I'm lost for words here.
That was the pick they needed to get to actually flip the point, or actually keep the point away from the Rizzards.
RX Moon sadly gets hit by that hammer across map. Hopefully he can just live through here. And it seems like Cats just keep the point. They're doing a great job at just having presence and just getting those picks.
Yeah, the point is now flipped to B, which is where we saw the Rizzards shine at the beginning of the match. I think, honestly, like we said it before, you're going to get a lot of value out of that tourney on the A and C site with the hill site and the ability to just ult better, which is giving them the commanding presence. And if they even get past that part, you now have to meet with the Z2M. The Rizzards are playing the B side though way more advantageously with their suit picks. Just making picks left and right, playing very split, and just getting a huge ult from Cardis down the middle.
Coming down with justice from above, and it seems like he's just gonna keep these ults rolling one after another, getting multiple picks. And I'm surprised.
Yeah, that was exactly what they needed to just take that B point convincingly, honestly. And Meowing Cats are going to have to think of something very quick to put it on the background. But they're going to opt to use the turn A butterfly for this point.
Honestly, not a horrible decision, seeing as they're able to get good damage in and following it up quickly. Meowing Cats get B here. Will this be round 1 for them? I'm not too sure. Seeing as although Rizzards can still touch, but it might be too late.
Yeah, Card is trying to save time, and actually the Rizzards are getting suits on the point, delaying time as much as possible, but it's not enough because the Meowing Cats are they're too grouped up. They were very set up for this fight at the beginning of the overtime, and throwing 1 or 2 suits into a team of 5, it's just not gonna go in your favor, honestly. The Staggerfest was just too huge, and it's gonna be enough for the Meowing Cats to take off the round 1 of this map.
More and more, I'm starting to think that Meowing Cats are going to make a comeback here, flip the game into their direction. And so far, it seems like my thoughts are true. My predictions are gonna be as clean as a Hamburg steak you can get at In-N-Out if you just ask for no buns on your burger.
Yes, that is honestly something beautiful to think of while I'm hungry, you know? Oh, so hard to cast on an empty stomach, let me tell you.
Yeah, me too. Oh my god. I'm really excited to see how the Rizzards will answer to this call from the Cats. RX Moon coming in with the second best skin option for turn A. Still not as bad as default, but we love to see a little bit of pink here and there.
Yeah, it's a nice little. It actually complements the red outline of the red team very well. So I think they should stick it out, run that skin pick. But it looks like here the Rizzards are going to be playing a kind of split push, trying to command presence from both mountains, despite it being a point. Looking for a split push.
RX Moon
ultimately-
just goes down.
Yeah, they're very split, and the Sosby ran into the Susan, which is not ideal because that shield is going to stop very little in terms of damage.
Teams so far seem to be even, but the Rizzards just come in from the other side, taking the entire presence of high ground. Hopefully, Orbit tried to get something there, but it seems like nothing was able to happen. Not enough damage was on that Fireboy.
Yeah, because the Rizzards actually managed to take the opposite side of the hill and push as a 4, they took the A site very convincingly. And now it's just up to the Meowing Cats to try to maybe find a pick real quick, get somebody off out of position, and start commanding space from the Rizzards.
Yeah, Garma taking huge damage here. Luna and Bonekill just getting those picks. Hopefully, casting goes down due to Luna and Moon's just combined efforts. And Fire goes down. Meowing just taking that point. Hopefully they rotate to be fast enough, but it seems like they're going to just keep fighting for this a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Rizzards is just going for that poke. Hopefully we see this continue to happen with the switch to the Mars side being more or less predicted, but not expected right away.
Yeah, it looks like the Rizzards here are slowly but surely just trying to find those picks, trying to get, using the Mars side to effectiveness. They're swapping the saws off onto the Mars side, now that I think about it, but it does not matter because Meowing Cats are actually gonna win out the point despite kind of being on the back foot. Advantage. No,
RX Moon turns casting around, and it seems like that Marsai pick might have not been the play here because Melee keeps just getting too close to these melee units.
Yeah, if you're gonna be in the space where they're gonna mess you up, you need to. Ooh, that's a huge ult from Mikazuki, slashing 4 members of the Rizzards team. And the point, while it was being flipped at the beginning of this fight, it is now just convincingly being held by Meowing Cats. Lunar's popping that ult to secure the positions, the advantage that they're getting right now, just outdishing damage, keeping the Rizzards at bay. And now they're just looking for a foothold, trying to potentially either get back into spot, or alternatively, they need to start looking to hold a site down and play their advantage there.
Kobo just playing here patiently, waiting for picks, going on that flank route, and he just happens to find one, thankfully. But RX Moon trades it out for Castian. Hopefully this fight goes more towards the favor of the Cats, which it seems it will, but Kobo just coming in with these flank picks, which are huge for the Rizzards.
Yeah.
The Garma goes down.
The Meowing Cats are just very spread out, but you have 2 on the hill, just looking to pick anybody out because the Rizzards are playing so spread apart. They're just sending two people to fight a 2v1, just turn this fight very unfair. And now you have 3 suits down from the Meowing Cat side. If I were the Rizzards right now, I need to push in. I need to command take this point. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to pop an ult from the Gundam, and they're just going to keep looking for these picks here. They have to take down Bonekill, but it's going to be a very hard thing to do unless they don't pop stance and go out quickly. RX Moon...
Butterfly comes out, gets one. Hopefully we have 2 or 3 here. But so far, it seems like we're just going to get damage, which is enough for
it's not
the
enough
Cats
to
flip,
actually,
though.
it might be.
RX goes down due to some flame here, looking like a charcoal grilled steak. But honestly, Meowing Cats never ceases to impress with these trades and kills. They're just doing everything perfectly. But I hope Rizzards can answer this call like they just did not too long ago.
It's looking a little ugly right now because they're kind of taking these fights very staggered, very spread out, and just losing suits because of it. Cashin going down very early for this fight, but he's going to respawn in time just enough to potentially get the group back together and push. Unless Cardis goes down himself, so now we're looking to this big stagger fight, but it's a huge punch coming out from Garmar Zombie, getting so much damage out. Hopefully
Sadly though, he got traded out, but thankfully Rizzards is just able to push them off the point with that single punch. Sadly though, they had to burn the heavy arms, but thankfully Cartridge was able to get that nice pick.
Yeah. Now, Rizzards has 2 ults to save for the point, and while leaving the Meowing Cats at 3, who is going to use the ult economy better here for the situation? But it looks like it's going to be a very big Marsai stun, knocking just too much of the Meowing Cats out of the fight. Ballooners, or Fire Spike actually cleaning up the rest. No, it is just a very convincing win from the Wizards for this point right now.
Those last few seconds of Hades making that huge difference, but it seems like Ultra Cardis is just gonna make sure that they don't get to win. RX and Mika collaborating for a kill here. The Beyblade goes out, but it does not get picked out. An axe comes through. It almost kills someone. Orbit's 1 HP, but Karma picks him out. Bone Kill getting a pick, but so far it seems like Rizzards are just putting in too much work. They're doing everything perfectly. Garma, 1 HP, gets picked out for Luna, but it's just back and forth. Grab there from turn A, getting them a pick, but I don't think that's going to be enough as Garma comes in just fast enough.
Yeah,
which team will...
Or it doesn't matter because both teams are just fighting for this one staggering on the point. Neither team being able to actually group up properly because picks are just coming out left and right. But slowly but surely, Meowing Cats are starting to push this lead and really close out this round.
What an incredible game. I did not expect that coming into round 1. Meowing Cats really turned that one game and let them get that sweet sense of victory before quickly turning it around. This is an incredible set. Today, we just had 2 games go to 3, with Barb being completely banned from all of them, sadly. But it seems like both teams have made it work. And we see Rizzards sadly lose here. But Meowing Cats just made an incredible comeback. What can I say? But I am truly impressed.
Yeah, it was a really hard fight there, down to the wire, making it into overtime. Actually, both times on that map, or of the round of Mount R&D. Sadly, the Rizzards just could not hold on to their spot despite having a very good early start of the fight for the point. They just could not manage to hold down the site long enough to manage to hold the advantage, and it really did bite them hard in the end. The Z2M just managing to be a nuisance to the team, and that's gonna be their detriment here for today's set.
Yeah, honestly.
This leaves Meowing Cats with a two wins and 1 loss on the leaderboard for the standings right now, and
it seems like they're gonna have a 0.75 PCT for now, but who knows? With the upcoming games, they might rise to the top, seeing as we have yet to see Portland and Extended Warranty lose a match, but who knows when that's going to happen? Might be soon, it might be later, it might be never. But I'm excited to see how this is going to play out, as we just saw Meowing Cats come back and show us why they won last season, why they were number 1. I can't say anything else, but both of these teams showed an incredible display of skill, and I am truly impressed.
Yeah, that's gonna be it here for today for the CIL. But GG's everyone, and thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. We really appreciate it. We will see you all again soon as more games get scheduled out by these wonderful teams.
All right, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be it for me. I'm signing off. This is OneTrickToni and Price, and have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Quietly drifting in the open breeze. Silently, the wind blows you away from me. Now I see we were never meant to be. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dance until the dawn. If only we could travel back in time. Whoa, right where we belong. Maybe we'll never need a reason why. Whoa, dance until the